European dynamite, the dream alive and kicking. A 4-0 start, the best in the competition. Manchester United playing Champions football in the Champions League. Ryan Giggs has used the European stage to show off his world-class ability. We've a superstar's view of life.
The girls come up to me and said, this was ages ago though, there's 10p, ring your mum and tell her you're not coming home tonight.
Around with Gary Neville, that is, putting on the style on the green grass of home. Peter Schmeichel picks out his fantastic firsts, the number one on his number ones.
I think at one point I was a bit of a bully in school.
No.
I think I was. I'm afraid to admit that, sorry.
From ones to nines, an exclusive look at Alex Notman, a burgeoning talent, and a look back to the greatest centre forward of all, or so he tells us.
Ferguson's a goal!
The fans take over where the players left off. It's the crowd in great voice for the new United single. We've got music to accompany another fabulous 2 months for Manchester United and another glut of fabulous goals. We've got them all. We start at Bolton's magnificent Reebok Stadium, a match ironically short on goals but not on incident. McGinley and Pallister on nodding terms in the calm before the storm.
Pallister turning away from Blake in his own 18-yard area. And now Blake's got himself involved with Pallister. And the referee's going to have something to do here. There was an off-the-ball incident. Gary Pallister's being hustled away by Schmeichel. Pallister cleared the ball. Blake put his foot in down the back of Pallister's calf. And it may have gone on a bit after that. They're both off. Gary Pallister and Nathan Blake shown the red card. And that's a good-looking ball. He's onside. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it's Solskjaer. Keane! And Cole comes in. Hits the post. Goal kick. Mighty close for Andy Cole. Cole, chance for Andy Cole. His expression suggests that was very close indeed. Didn't take him long here to size up the situation. Lost it again and a good one. And got it down, a wonderful save by Schmeichel.
I think it was a pair of gardening gloves. I think I've seen, it must have been one of the English goalkeepers wearing them. Could have been Ray Clemens, I think, or Pat Jennings. And I got a pair, I think my parents got a pair for the garden that looks a bit like that, so I wore them. I don't think they're any good though. The team that I sort of supported here was Gary Bailey in goal, and he had the blonde hair and all that. He was a big hero of mine.
And what a save by Bailey!
They always try to dress like him, and like the young kids are doing at this moment, trying to dress up like me or David Beckham or whoever it is. Danish pastry is actually an English invention, I think, because we don't eat that much in Denmark. We have it, but it's not as popular as over here. I've been a cleaner in old people's home, and I've worked with the World Wildlife Fund. I've worked as an advertisement agent at a local newspaper. I've been working putting carpets on, carpet fitter, all sorts of things. I never stayed long enough in any job to sort of pick up the skills completely. When you see players, they say obviously all the time, obviously, we played well, we got 3 points, and all that, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying all the time, so.
Det bliver det nødt til. Hvis du ikke har nogen målsætning, så stagnerer du. Når du stagnerer, jamen, så er der kun en vej, og det er nedad. Og det er der ingen af os, der er interesseret i her.
I think I do, yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's a good expression. We don't have expressions like that in Denmark. And I love the way the English, they come up with all these different kinds of expressions. They drag words together, make two words into one, and you can't do that in Danish. And I think it sounds really good. So I like that expression at the end of the day. I think I've been up once or twice before I actually scored, and on one occasion I did have a big chance where I headed it down. I hit it down into the defender's head, and he went for the corner. And I thought I could have done better. I was very, very disappointed with myself there.
Desperate times need desperate measures. It's Schmeichel.
The defender, the way he was marking was so funny because he was looking at me the way that you're looking at me now. So all you had to do was one dummy, and then once I was past him, and he had to turn to come after me, and the ball was just there.
Schmeichel! He's claimed the goal!
It wasn't one of the best goals, but I think it was in my book, it's a classic. I do enjoy playing the piano. It's such a difficult instrument to play, and every time I sit down, it's such a challenge, you know. I pick something completely out of my league, something I've never ever learned to play, and I just work bar by bar. I don't think I was ever called anything but Pete or Schmeichel. I was always the one to give nicknames, and I think at one point I was a bit of a bully in school. I'm afraid to admit that, sorry.
On by Cole for Roy Keane, who surged away from Myers. Scholes is in the middle, and it may still fall for Poborski. Scholes! Lasso. Can Chelsea find a way through? Well, Lasso might. Well struck. And an own goal! Henning Berg. Pallister. And Cole is onside. Scholes is with him. This must be the equaliser. And it's Paul Scholes. Graham Lasso has raced across to the referee's assistant, claiming offside. And he's now been joined by half of the Chelsea team. It was just a question of whether Cole would score himself. He timed the pass well. Scholes. Beckham. Nice cross. Pallister! Unlucky. He met that perfectly, Gary Pallister. Petrescu. Zola's made an early run. He could get on the end of this. And there's Mark Hughes. Beckham. Solskjaer. And Sheringham. Mark Hughes. Beckham. Oh, Solskjaer with a chance, which he's taken quite beautifully. Beckham's cross, but what a peach of a finish from Solskjaer.
A truly exceptional goal to equalise that at Hughes's, his first at OT in a Chelsea shirt, earning a point for the current FA Cup holders.
And now the FA Cup. It goes to Eric Cantona and to Manchester United.
royal occasion, the next fixture at Old Trafford. His Royal Highness Prince Charles launching a new Prince's Trust initiative in Manchester. Footballing luminaries gathered to help expand the Trust's work in the inner cities and to help the unemployed youngsters find jobs or move on to further education. The Prince was introduced to David May, Ryan Giggs and David Beckham under the watchful eye of manager Alex Ferguson. The United squad had drawn lots for the privilege of meeting the Prince, a high-profile exercise for a very worthwhile cause. Ole Solskjaer's spectacular effort against Chelsea, meanwhile, had earned him a first-team start away at Ellen Road, but it wasn't to be United's day.
Borski prepares himself. Put away by the lead skipper, but not very far. It's not convincing defending as Solskjaer and Sheringham both go in for the ball. Now Beckham! Oh, great save by Martin. A flurry of activity in front of his goal, and he made a big save. Big men forward for Leeds, they're always dangerous from set pieces as Weatherall comes in and makes contact and scores! Beckham. Again, the goalkeeper stays on his line and he's saved by his defenders. Sheringham! Leeds are living dangerously, but they're keeping a clean sheet somehow. Thornley. Now Philip Neville. Seeks Sheringham. Oh, good header and a brilliant save by Nigel Martin. Yet again. Well, it was the perfect delivery from Philip Neville. A very good header from Sheringham, but a brilliant save by Martin.
It got worse for United, with captain Roy Keane tearing his cruciate ligament in innocuous fashion, really. Typical of Keane, he actually tried to get up and carry on regardless.
I definitely heard something snap in my leg, and Dave says, what happened? You tear all your nerves, so you don't really know if you're injured or not, you know. So I went back on, and obviously I knew there was something serious, and we'd already brought on the 2-3 subs we were allowed on, so I thought if I go off, you know, we're going to be down to 10 men. So I went back on, but as I said, I knew that was serious and best to go off because we had the game against Juventus coming up, so I was hoping I'd be fit for, but obviously it wasn't the case.
Amazing when you consider that Terry Cook suffered almost the same injury just 10 days earlier. Cook had been playing for the reserves against Sheffield Wednesday.
I was devastated because, in my opinion, I thought I started the season off well and I was like on fire, really. It was just a big blow to me.
What about now? I mean, what kind of reaction did you have? Was it tears or was it just?
I broke down a little bit. Me and my girlfriend was with me at the time. She kept me comfort, and it just lasted for a couple of days and just got over it, which you have to, and just get on with it.
You'd think they'd be sitting at home in armchairs, feet up in front of the telly, but not in these heady days of modern sporting medicine.
If you ask me to twist and turn, which is pretty important for a footballer, you know, and I can't really do it, I can feel it. But as you said, cycling, I could cycle all day, and you obviously can drive the car and do a lot of the leg work in the gym. I've just done the side-backs machine, which is quite a complicated machine, as you can see, but that's one of Dave Fever's little toys, you know. But just to, this susses out, the different strengths between my good leg, my left leg, and my right leg. And at the moment, I've just done a test there, and at the moment, my right leg is 20% weaker already than my left, so it'll obviously get worse before I get better.
Before the major operation can take place, both players have to build up the knee to guard against any further damage when they actually go under the knife.
The operation involves taking a strip of tendon from the thickest, strongest tendon in the body, which is the patella tendon. What happens then is that they drill a hole through the shin bone on the inside of the knee, drill a hole through the thigh bone on the outside of the knee, and thread the tendon through. In terms of healing, what happens is that because it's tissue from your own body, it takes time for the blood supply to regenerate and reform through the new tendon we've made. So what happens is that it takes in the region of 6 to 9 months for that vascularisation, that increase in blood flow, to go through the actual knee joint.
Do you know what you should do now? This is what you've got time on your hands. You should actually take up something like, I don't know, carpentry or something.
I did buy a model car, but that didn't work out so good, so I'm not doing that. I'll just sit down and watch Cartoon Network or something on the cable.
I haven't been to watch a match yet, to be honest, and give me time, I would probably go to a match. But it's not because, it's just frustrating for me to watch.
I bet he kept half an eye on this one, though. Peter Schmeichel, the new captain for Juventus, the rematch. Despite their phenomenal success, the Italians, like United, always developing and reassessing. Their striking partnership of Christian Vieri and Alan Boksic, no longer at the club.
It was the same 3 years ago when Baggio left, Dino Baggio, 2 years ago when Roberto Baggio left, or Andy Möller, or Gianluca Vialli, or Fabrizio Ravanelli, and Juventus is still here.
Instead, it's Filippo Inzaghi and last year's United destroyer Alessandro Del Piero now providing the Italians striking power.
Sì, sono state partite ricche di emozioni, esaltanti, ci hanno visto vincere, però ecco, sono sempre state partite tiratissime, dove sono stati episodi che hanno modificato l'andamento della gara, però apertissime a qualsiasi tipo di risultato, potevano vincere loro come noi e lo sarà anche.
Juventus was the benchmark, so what does this mean to United?
Well, it means that we're in a great position, but also it means that the players have shown they can rise to it. They had the capability to play at that level, and they were against one of the best tonight, and I feel that it's a measure of how far we've come. I feel we've needed that kind of challenge tonight because our league form's not been great. Hopefully that will give us a spark.
And on a truly memorable evening, a truly memorable goal from Ryan Giggs. He's this edition's Star Interview.
What's your name?
Ryan Giggs.
How old are you?
24.
Where were you born?
Cardiff.
What position do you play?
Midfield. We were so near last year. I think we've got the belief in the team now that we can do it, and that we're capable of beating anyone in Europe, which we are doing. The best game I've probably ever had is probably Porto last year when we won 4-0. There's some games like the European nights where you're a lot more hyped up because of the occasion, and you want to do well. And that was one of them nights where I just felt, we've got to win this, and we've got to play well. We never had like a race to see who's the fastest. There's a lot of quick players in the team. I think Andy Cole over 3 or 4 yards. Starting off is probably one of the quickest. But then you've got once they open their legs, like Pally, Ronnie Johnson, who are quick as well.
It's Giggs. Oh, great to see Giggs in full flow like that.
It'd be a good race actually. There's quite a few. But I fancy my chances. It was the first time I trained with the first team, and I was playing against Viv Anderson, and I went past him 2 or 3 times, and he was looking at me as if to say, who's this kid here? And he ran up to me and says, if you go past me again, the ball might go past, but you won't. I haven't really got a chat line. I'm a bit of a coward. I'll just make sure that the girl, whatever girl you like, that they like you. So, like you used to do at school, you get your mate to go over and ask her out for you. A girl's come up to me and said, this was ages ago though, there's 10p, ring your mum and tell her you're not coming home tonight. So that was quite a good one. I was stunned, I didn't know what to say.
Did it work?
No. Goal against Blackburn when we first won the league. Just for the occasion, it was the first time we won the league for so long. And scored a free kick from about 30 yards.
Well, the problem for Bobby Mims is if the ball goes over the wall to the goalkeeper's right, to the left as we look. But it's Giggs who takes it to that side!
I went through a stage last year where I had 5 or 6 games on the trot where I had really good chances. I had a head against Tottenham, which is Bexus crossed and there's no one near me, and I've just headed against Ian Walker, I think. And the game after was something I missed a volley against Villa, where perhaps I should have headed it.
And here's Cantona, and here's Giggs all alone! Oh! What a chance!
There's nothing worse than missing in front of the crowd, especially at home. If it's away, it's not so bad, you get away with it. At home, though, it's horrible, especially if it's an easy chance. There has been a lot of doubt, as it's stupid really, whether I don't want to play for the country. Where I was born and where I'm from. It's stupid.
The atmosphere against Juventus had been nothing short of magical. All seater had become all standing, a subject that's even been mooted by Chairman Martin Edwards, though opinion remains divided.
came to the European game on Wednesday, and it was all standing at the East End, and it was absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere was 10 times better, and I think it lifts the players.
If you want to sit down, you go into your front room, don't you? Sit down in a cup of tea and a cup of coffee or whatever. But not at a football match, no, you need to stand up.
I think what they've done, taking those barriers down and everything like that, you know, and the seating, it's just safer, isn't it, now?
No, I'm quite happy with the way it is, really. And now you got used to it, I think it's a better atmosphere anyway, so I'm quite happy with that.
I can remember the days when every time the goal up the end, unless you went forward, you couldn't see it.
I think we definitely need a section standing. Yeah, I think United have got the ability to control it correctly. Saying that, I think there's an awful lot of Premiership clubs that haven't got the ability to control it correctly. Until we get that, you can't do it.
Palace pack their 6-yard box. Beckham's corner. Cross to Sheringham. Oh, did he mean that? Teddy Sheringham in red-hot form scores against Juventus. Beckham. Beautiful football. Scholes. Giggs beats the offside trap. Can he beat the goalkeeper one-on-one? Oh, it was a whisker away. Scintillating counter-attack. Let's give the ball away. It's 3-on-3. It has to be in Manchester United's favour. Beckham. Ryderson. Oh, dear me. Nowhere to hide at Old Trafford. And the former Manchester United great, Steve Coppell, cannot believe his ill luck. It was 3-on-3. The only spare man was probably Ryderson. He scored a tragic own goal. Schmeichel launch. I should copyright that. Slipped by the defender. That could be lethal. Sheringham away. He has support. Who's he going to pick out? Beckham screaming for the ball. Beckham gets it, and Beckham almost scores. Lombardo, he can't quite believe he's onside. Maybe that hesitation gave Peter Schmeichel the breathing space to make a very brave save. Flick. Madar has pace. He's through on Schmeichel. And another brilliant save by the Big Dane. He's in tip-top form.
Now Coca-Cola brings out the kids. Striker Eric Neville, defender John Curtis, and the Northern Ireland international midfield player Philip Mulrine were taking their United bows at Portman Road.
Ipswich trying to get their midfield players involved wherever possible. Petter has the pace and acceleration to get past Podborski. Dizelle, first touch let him down, second touch releases back in. Alex Mackey. Ipswich really up for this, as they should be. Tremendous atmosphere inside Portman Road. And they're playing with some flair here. Nothing. Marvellous ball to pick out Tarico. Shoot is the cry. What a magnificent goal from Mauricio Tarico. Mulrine, who's got the freedom of that area in the central midfield. Now Scholes. Just a whisker away. Cole up, Scholes, and now May. Cole again, but he's offside. But there was always a threat when Cole went up with May in the penalty area. Scholes with a header on, and May was onside. Was Cole offside?
United have also had more hits than any other football club, though some markedly better than others. 1972's vintage didn't really trouble the hit makers.
And thought that they would never end, but through all that went wrong, we stood tall, we were strong, we're united, Manchester United.
Your eyes like a tidal
Although we're sweeping everyone away, you'll know that we are truly the best. 'Cause unity is power, and we're gonna tower high above the rest.
We'll call you. The football may be slicker now, the singing remains the same, so the players have decided to give the fans a go.
Fantastic.
And football records, as a rule, are pretty dreadful, I must admit. Apart from the Three Lions track, which I think set a new standard with football records. So what we tried to achieve with this was a nice feel to the record, a good bouncy pop record. It's a different sort of football record, because normally it's the players that are singing on the track. But this time, it's the fans, you know.
They'd come from as far as Hong Kong to appear. All had won competitions for the right to sing for United. Jive Bunny's Andy Pickles conducting the choir.
We're going to start in the middle. There's only one United, then we're going to build up from that. So you're going to start it, Danny, with your team there.
There's only one United. There's only one United. There's only one United. There's only one United.
Manchester United are champions again. The trophy stays at Old Trafford for the fourth time in 5 seasons. Champione, champione, away, away, away. Champione, champione, away, away, away.
We basically worked with some of the fans and created a pop record out of all these chants from the terraces, which was quite difficult, as you can imagine.
The players quite relieved they're not involved. They're still quietly impressed with the final result.
Hopefully we'll get free copies.
Players with all this money and you want free copies?
Well, if you want for us, there won't be a song, would there?
United's European and domestic performances, meanwhile, still in marked contrast. At Derby's Pride Park, Teddy Sheringham had the chance to steal a march after Ryan Giggs had been brought down. Derby won the first half, United won the second.
Rabbit prepares to take the free kick. Goes it in, one chop! Oh, brilliant save, Schmeichel, but it's not enough for Bayano. Gobbles up the goal. One chop. He has this incredible style. Still beats defenders, and another one! And the goalkeeper! 2-0 to Derby County. From the incredible Paolo Wanchop. Carsley. Bayano. Wanchop loops into position and receives it! And can't score a second! And Schmeichel makes a save. Manchester United not enjoying their first visit to Pride Park. Who makes a safe catch. Peter Schmeichel look-alike, he even throws the ball like it. Maybe not as accurately. Neville. Goal! Sheringham! Well, Manchester United make Derby County pay for some slack defending. Great goal for Teddy Sheringham. Tense attacking from United. Will Derby crack? Rowett clears to Cole. Oh yes! That's the equaliser. Inborn instincts from Andy Cole as the ball dropped to him. He didn't have time to think. He just whipped it in. 2-2.
When a team is confident in their ability, they sometimes soft pedal in a lot of games. And I had experienced this at Aberdeen. I've experienced this in the 93-94 team. And I see signs of this at the moment in the league programme, for instance. And as much as frustrating as it is and annoying as it can be, that when you see them perform against Juventus, the way they, and in that type of performance and the way they went about that game, you know they've got so much in their locker. Then you say to yourself, we've got a real chance here. It's getting the balance of saying, right, we've got to win league matches too, and that's where the magician's hat need to come on.
There is a sense that for United, Europe is extra special at the moment. In contrast, Feyenoord have been struggling. Manager Ari Hahn under fire. Old Trafford, the last place you want to come when your job's on the line.
Signs of Manchester United starting to trouble Feyenoord now. This is Phil Neville. It's in towards Ryan Giggs for three. Saved. Oh, pull over. This is Sheringham trying to reach the ball. It's come out as far as Dennis Irwin. Caressed back onto the head of Andy Cole. And now Paul Scholes. Oh, that's a brilliant goal. He is an ingenious player. He just conjures up a variety of ways to score goals, and that time he did it magnificently as the ball set up for him. Cole to Giggs. Andy Cole, goalkeeper committed. Andy Cole, oh! Pallister. Cole. Pallister. Cut in and Sheringham. Wondering is down. Play continues. Giggs with three for support. It's Sheringham. Draft off back, penalty given. He was reaching for Teddy Sheringham, and in the opinion of the referee, he didn't quite get there. They've had so much of the game, so many chances, so little to show for it. Dennis Irwin from the penalty spot gives Manchester United the lead they deserve. It's 2-0, and you can't see any way back for Feyenoord now. It's Boss for Feyenoord, and they've got to go back here.
They may have done, but in the end the scoreline really flattered the Dutch side. United have started the Champions League as if they really mean business. 3 out of 3 and 3 points ahead of Juventus.
Okay. 9 holes?
Yeah.
Pound a hole?
That's fine.
It's a deal. Do you think you're lucky? Do you count yourself as a lucky person?
I don't think I'm lucky to have done what I have done because I feel I've worked hard for that and I deserve it in that sense. I think you get little bits of luck in terms of, for instance, I went to United when I was 10 and had a trial with like 160 kids and only 16 got picked. And I was one of the 16. That's luck because it means how you play on the day whether somebody spots you.
Oh, he's rolled it in, he's rolled it in. I thought I was going to be short, you know, there. I thought I was going to be short. What does England mean to you?
The best feeling that you can have in football is playing for England.
Is it?
Yeah, walking out for England is...
Oh, don't believe. I don't believe.
You can
have you seen that?
Get away from the awkward.
Go on, tell me, before you tell me about England.
Walking out for England is probably the best feeling that a footballer can get, well, an English footballer. And, you know, when they sing that national anthem at Wembley, it's unbelievable. It makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. I know that's a cliche, but, you know, that's what happens.
One down. One down, I should have said. One up. Okay. Tell me this, though. What about Phil? What's it like at golf? Do you sort of tread on each other's ball in the rough and all that?
He loves teeing it up in the rough.
He does,
yeah,
honestly.
When you're not watching, just give it a little nudge onto a little... He loves that one.
What, the old leather wedges, is that one?
Yeah, just a little kick onto a tuft.
Honestly.
If he loses his ball, like, we'll be looking in the rough for about 20 minutes for his ball. If you lose yours, now he's over there with his, like, he'll not come and look for yours. It's terrible like that.
Do you ever sort of, like, not fought, but do you storm off in different directions or anything
We
like
have
that?
done when we were younger.
Honestly?
Yeah, we used to storm off. We used to play near our house and we've both gone together and ended up coming home separately.
Your goal scoring record?
Record? Is it a record?
Is it a record?
No, my shots that I have had haven't been bad. I've had a couple tipped over the bar and a couple just gone wide.
Gary Neville looking for his first goal for Manchester United, and what a time to get it!
remember Kiddo coming up to me on the Friday before the game, and he said that, you know, I've had a dream that you're going to score on Monday.
He didn't.
Unbelievable.
Honestly.
And he come up to me after half time when I'd scored, and he said, I told you I had a dream that, you know, you'd scored.
Wow, spooky.
And he said, what else? I dreamt we lost. We were losing 3-2 at half time. I said, you didn't, did you? And he was winding me up.
What do you like, centre half or full back?
Both, but I prefer centre back.
Do you honestly?
Yeah.
Not big enough though, are you?
That's what
You're
they
just
say.
a midget, aren't you, really? How tall are you?
5'10" and a little bit. It was after a talk with a couple of the coaches that I realised if I was going to get in the first team quickly, I had to, you know, learn to play full-back, because at the end of the day, I wasn't ever going to dislodge Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister from that position. So I had to learn to play the other positions.
Question is, what's your greatest moment for Manchester United?
My greatest moment for Man United was when they won the league the first time. And I wasn't even playing or involved.
Where were you?
In the stand. I was an apprentice at the time. I was watching in the stand. And, you know, the lads that played in that season did something that, you know, I'd wanted them to do for like 15 years, 16 years of my life.
Who was your hero as a kid?
Always Brian Robson.
Was it?
Yeah.
You're not hit it. Pull it wide, take it away. Come out, come out. Take it away.
It. He was everything that I imagined he would be. And, you know, he's brilliant with all the young lads. I remember he used to come watch the youth team games. I played with him 4 or 5 times. Made my debut in the first team in his last game for United.
Wow.
Which was a dream as well.
It's nowhere near.
All level.
2 to go. You're on a desert island. What would you do? One thing you'd take with you?
A golf course with obviously the bag and the equipment. Yeah.
Which one?
I'd have to say this one, wouldn't I?
Right.
A home course.
Home course. Honestly, a golf course.
Yeah.
Not a football or anything like that.
No.
Golf
Waste time on my own, wouldn't it? That's a bit hard. No.
That's not. That's in.
Oh no.
That's in. Oh, how many times have I done that?
I don't know.
Are you superstitious?
Yeah.
What did you go on?
Well, we're on the same pair of black shoes for away games for the last 2 or 3 seasons.
You're joking, honestly?
Yeah.
Really?
Always wear black boxer shorts on the day of a game.
Right. Keep going. Anything else?
No, little things like that.
Anything? Any other ones?
No, just those 2.
Really?
But I'll never change on those. Well, obviously the shoes will have to change one day. But
So the boxer shorts as well.
They're not the same pair of. They're not the same pair of black boxer shorts.
This for the match.
Come on.
I tell you what.
We've got to have a bunker shot to finish.
No, I tell you what.
Let's go in.
No, I tell you what. Let's go in. It's freezing. It's absolutely freezing. Should we quit on level?
Level.
Well done.
Well
mate.
done.
Thanks a lot.
We were moving back into Andy Cole territory like clockwork. As soon as the press have a go, Andy puts on a show.
Curtis. Cole. Sheridan plays a lazy pass. Cole's onto it quickly. And Cole scores! Well, that will make the critics eat their words. A lazy back pass from Sheridan, the Manchester United supporter who lives within a couple of miles of the ground. And Andy Cole lets him know what Old Trafford's all about. No flick. Cole's got a chance for a second. Oh yes! He's returning to tip-top form. Quick thinking, quick feet, and a dynamite finish. Alex Ferguson was under pressure not to play Cole today. He's repaid him. Cole makes a run across the back four. He takes defenders away for Giggs. It's 3. A Ryan Giggs right footer. Well, it owed much to the running off the ball, but that was a scintillating individual goal. Giggs. Cole. Chance for a hat-trick. Can he beat the goalkeeper? Yes, he can! A dagger to the heart of Barnsley. And a major message to those who've written him off at Old Trafford. 4-0, a Cole hat-trick. Given away again. Barnsley a little punch-drunk. United are picking on them. Ryan Giggs, the chief instigator. He scores United's 5th. It's like men against boys here. The Yorkshireman's soundly beaten and still plenty more time for more goals. Cole. Scholes makes the run. Scholes makes it look so easy. 6, he says to the fans. And there wasn't a lot of resistance from the Yorkshireman. Cole, they're keeping him down, they can't touch him, they're scared to touch him as he plays the ball in, and a cheeky back heel makes it a magnificent 7th. And they didn't want to bring Andy Cole down, they didn't want to concede a penalty, and in doing so they conceded a memorable goal for Karol Poborski.
Another memorable day for Andy Cole, another hat-trick, another match ball. Another memorable day too for young John Curtis, a magnificent Premiership debut, playing like he'd been there for years.
I was talking to some fans actually about 2 weeks ago, and they were saying that they'd cut the little fingers off to just play for Manchester just the once, you know. So yeah, you have to be honoured considering there's thousands of people who'd love to, they'd die to play for Manchester United. So you have to really do your best you can.
I think at one stage, the average age of the team was about 21 after I came off on Saturday, and it just goes to show that the strength we've got at the club. That young John Curtis can come in 18 and look as though he's been there for 2 or 3 seasons. It was a fantastic debut. Ronnie Walworth's come on and done a good job as well, and it just all goes well for the future of the club.
Well, hopefully I'll get a few more chances in the first team this season, and I've just got to do my best I can. And I think the manager now knows that I am capable of playing in the Premier League, and that's important. So whenever there is incidents, like the injuries that have been recently, he knows he can always rely on me.
We might all be relying on Alex Notman in a year or two's time. Yet another brilliant young United find. A Scottish striker, getting better and better, impressing new youth team coach Dave Williams.
I think he's a teammate's dream because he's good in all departments. He's only small, but he certainly battles for the team. Good skill, good awareness of his teammates around him. He can bring them into the game, and he's got a terrific eye for goal.
I was at Rangers for 3 years before I came down to United. I'd just about signed until I got a try for United, and then came down here and liked it, so said to no to Rangers and yes to here.
How big a decision was that?
Yeah, it was quite big because I'd been there for 3 years, and leaving home at 15 was quite a big decision, but once I'd been down here a few times, brilliant, loved it.
He certainly doesn't take any nonsense from the opposition, and he's a brave little sod, and I think that's similar qualities to Paul Scholes.
Do you prefer Hamish Macbeth or Taggart?
Never really seen Hamish Macbeth, but I've watched Taggart a few times, so it'd be Taggart.
Does he remind you of anyone?
Yeah, the gaffer.
No comment. But congratulations to Gary Pallister, made captain for the day on his 400th appearance for the club against Sheffield Wednesday.
Solskjaer. Sheringham. Back to Solskjaer. Back to Sheringham. First time! A touch of true quality and class from the Premiership champions. And after being very much second best in what we've seen so far, it is they, through Teddy Sheringham, who go in front. Solskjaer. Sudden burst of pace and a change of direction. Cole. Cole again, a ricochet, and it's gone in! And again it seemed to go right through the goalkeeper, although in poor Kevin Pressman's defence it really was travelling. But Beckham's completely free. Cross took a deflection, it's Andy Cole! And this time that very definitely is Andy Cole's goal. You can almost see him mouthing it to the crowd. That one is mine. Forward by Gary Neville. Goalkeeper came and then retreated. Solskjaer! That by a long, long way is the very best of the lot. The control and the instant finish. Beckham's kick. This is Nicky Butts. And he's swiftly blocked by Collins. And back to Beckham. Cole, suspicion of handball, off the underside of the crossbar. Pallister, and a corner. Beckham's kick, Sheringham! It's 5. It's Sheringham's second goal. And it's all too easy for Manchester United. Humphreys. Whittingham trying to gain ground to be with him. He's going to have to go it alone, Richie Humphreys. And it's gone loose, it's Whittingham! And it's scant consolation for Sheffield Wednesday. But it's 5-1, and at least they've registered. Sheringham. Cole. Beckham. Rode the challenge. It's Solskjaer. Brilliant. There was an air of inevitability as soon as the ball fell at his feet. But Kevin Pressman will be beaten for a 6th time this afternoon.
Don't win the Premiership, that's a bad season for us. You know, we don't want to see Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal parading that trophy around their town. We want to see it paraded around Manchester, simple as that.
Another airport, another early morning call. Now is Carol reading English or Andy reading Czech? This is Rotterdam and Feyenoord, the latest destination on the Champions League carousel. My, it's a hard life when you're stuck on the treatment table. Now then, who's pulling whose leg here? United, though, as relaxed as ever, but then they've been this road so many times before.
Yes! Oh, it's just luck.
Rotterdam is the great Dutch seaport, rebuilt after the war and regenerated since United's Cup Winners' Cup triumph in 1991. $190 million had been spent on the stadium. It's modern, to say the least, though problems remained on the pitch. Coach Harry Hahn had been fired in the intervening 3 weeks. The locals weren't exactly in friendly mood, and there was a book as long as your arm on who would take up the reins. It was the ideal time to catch them.
Andy Cole was pointing out to the right towards Beckham, which is exactly where Schmeichel put it. Sheringham shot right across that goal.
He knows that. Well, got Palace.
Thank my teammates. No, because without them I wouldn't be scoring all the goals, so they've been brilliant for me. And all the coaching staff as well.
Well, the setup on those 3 goals was certainly very good tonight.
Yeah, most definitely, you know, because the quality of ball I'm getting at the moment, you know, all I can do is score goals. I'm delighted just to do that.
It was a great night, but it was a tough night and ultimately a costly night. Dennis Irwin out to the new year following that terrible challenge. Alex Ferguson's reaction echoed the thoughts of millions throughout Europe. And to United's eternal credit, they managed to keep their cool.
to Johnston. Ferguson's a goal. Goal by Ferguson. Rangers 3, Dunfermline nothing.
With the greatest managers in history. And so to the clash of the Premiership's big two. United had the chance to go 7 points clear of Arsenal. It's been fierce rivalry in recent seasons, and this was no different.
Wright's header down for Overmars, who's got such acceleration. Shooting into the crowd, but it spins away for Nicholas Anelka. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Waiting for Adams to arrive by the near post. It's in towards him, as you would have expected, as Manchester United would have expected. That's Vieira! Gary Neville showing him trying to drift in behind. Grimandi has done and punished Arsenal. Manchester United get one back.
That's a super goal. Absolutely first class. Great build-up, great ball in, and it's the type of ball that Terry Sheringham, well, he just makes the most of this. He don't miss many of these. Pulls on the back of Grimandi. He was never going to miss that, in my opinion. Great header, power. Gives the goalkeeper no chance.
Sheringham! He's got another one, and Manchester United have produced the most positive of reactions to being 2-0 down. Thanks to Sheringham, it's 2-2.
Wow, this is an absolutely fantastic strike. There's an element of surprise here that David Seaman has to deal with. He just turns and hits it. And much like the quality of Arsenal's 2 strikes, it's there for all to see.
From Sheringham and from Cole. This is Paul Scholes, challenged by Winterburn. Martin Boddenham was a reasonable distance from the incident, and Alex Ferguson,
well, he was a long way away. He's furious. The linesman's right on top of this. He just checks back in against Winterburn. I tell you, I wouldn't have been surprised to see him point to the spot.
Wright is onside. Schmeichel hesitates. Ray Overmars in the centre. Winterburn getting there. It's Ray! And Schmeichel saved it after the deflection, and it's belted away by Gary Neville.
But still, it's been a great start. Top of the Champions League, top of the Premiership. Another great season is shaping up. Roll on Christmas. Bye-bye.